Hey everybody, what's up? It's Chapman here. And okay, you guys were right. Villager workstations are supposed to be early game. And hold on a second. Oh! Oh! And the last one that I did is not that early game. So look it. I have created one that is the same scenario.
Nice.
There's not a single slime block in this farm. And we can still get our trades from these guys. And we can zombify them. And not only does this design work just as well as the other one, we can actually cure more villagers at once, and we can still use them to get whatever trades that we want from them. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to build this. And it is incredibly easy. We are utilizing the mechanic where the villager both stands inside the thing, and then the zombie villager sits his butt down inside of it. And in the end, we get villagers that are both cured, and we can even cure up to 9 of them at once with just one splash potion. 9 with one splash potion. Now, these are the items that you are going to need in order to build this. You're going to need to bring along your extra iron in order to get this guy here in place. You also want to bring along some extra rails too as well, but that's just for moving him. And you are also going to need some splash potions of weakness and your golden apples. So there you can see I have a whole chest full of them right there. Now, again, you want to make sure you set up your area where your villagers fall into. You want to make it too wide and have the water flowing towards the front corner, where we have a stack of walls that allows us to easily capture these villagers with a minecart. So again, these are the items that you are going to need to bring along. You can see there is absolutely no sticky pistons in there. Now, before we build this, just whatever you do, make sure that your rail system does not go from east to west. Now, if you're wondering, the sun sets on the west side over here, and that is the same direction that the clouds are moving. So whatever you do, make sure your rail, specifically this rail right here, is not going towards the west. I don't know why, but Minecraft is crazy. Okay, just, yeah. Make sure that this is either going to the east, to the north, or even the south. I got those backwards. But whatever you do, make sure this downhill rail does not go towards the west. Now, to start, the first thing that we are going to do is right here in the corner, we are going to break this out and put down a dispenser. And then in front of that dispenser, we are going to put down 2 powered rails. Next to those powered rails, we are going to build a 2 wide and a 2 high wall like so, with another 2 blocks on the corner, just like that. Next, on top of this little corner that we built, we're going to place down a repeater, and on the back side and the side of that repeater, we're going to place solid blocks with another one on the front side. Then, coming around to the inside here, we're going to place down a redstone torch, and then we are going to build up, and we are going to put a block on top of that redstone torch with a redstone dust on the block in front of it. Now, with that redstone in place, what we are going to do is we are going to take our trapdoor and we are going to place it on the bottom side of that block. The door should automatically open. We are going to place another trapdoor right here with a lever on this block. You can see that this lever flops these things back and forwards. And then using the rails that we have left, we are just going to make a little path for our zombie friend here to get into place. Now, this can be a little tricky with the rails because 1.20 rails are crazy. But basically, we just need to get that zombie in behind that trap door, right like so. And we want to make sure that his rail is going sideways. So you want to make sure that it is like that. And then we are going to place 2 solid blocks beside him. We are going to remove all of these extra rails, replace our powered rail, and then right here in the corner, we are going to build this up 3 blocks like so. Now, from here, we are going to go powered rail, 2 regular rails, powered rail going down, regular rail, and then 2 more powered rails. Next, with that all complete, we are just going to place a button here, another button beside this dispenser. Then we are going to take our minecarts, we are going to fill this dispenser, and with everything all done, that is what you should have right there. Honestly, it's a little tricky getting some angles on this thing without replay mod right now, but that is what everything should look like. Now, to show you how this thing works, all we're going to do is we're going to place a slab right there. So that way, when we convert our villagers, they are not going to burn because of the daylight. But now, with the press of a button, the flip of a lever, once we get out of sight so that way the zombie is not aggroing to us, you can see that zombie is going to attack that villager unless he decides that he is going to aggro to us. So in order to stop that, all we need to do is we just need to place down a temporary block here with a slab on top of it, and then we can remove that block. And if we just get rid of this guy, you can see that with a press of a button and then again a flip of the lever, that zombie is going to attack that villager and convert him into a zombie villager. Now, you want to make sure that you are on hard difficulty for this, okay? Hard difficulty, because if you're not, you have a chance that the zombie might just beat the heck out of the villager until he dies. But if you set your world to hard, no matter what, every single time that that zombie punches that villager, he is going to turn into a zombie villager. Now, the only problem with this setup right here is that when you put a workstation down and you have a villager come in, you can see that this guy is going to pick up on this trade, so that way you can lock in whatever villager that you do want. But because the zombie is behind him, sometimes when you remove it and try to get a different discount, you can see that this guy just absolutely does nothing. And I don't really know why. I think it's because he's scared of the zombie that is behind him right there. So you do get a chance to lock in your trades before you actually, zombify him. But you almost have to do it before the villager gets there, so that way he can pick up on it. Because as soon as you remove this thing and then try to place it back down, you can see these guys get a little bit too scared and they stop trying to pick up their trade. Now, there is a solution for this, okay? You could run yourself a whole little loop-de-loop out here, so that way you can actually get your villager to pick up on the trade first. I don't know why I did that. But to be completely honest with you, with the way that the new villager curing system works in 1.20.4 and above, it might even be 1.20.2 and above, you can actually only cure these guys one time anyways for the discount. So you might as well just smack these guys around and then cure them and then pick up on your trades afterwards, because that's just going to be the easier method. But again, if you actually want to lock in whatever trades first, all you have to do is just run this system out and around so that he goes to here, and then push your villager up when he does have his trades locked in. Smack him around a little bit with the zombie, and then you can send him off and cure him. But that is how you build the zombie converter with no sticky pistons. So that is it right there. That is what the entire thing should look like. Now, on the previous version, we used to have a button here instead of a lever, but you can see that when we have our villager here, because of the trapdoor, once it closes, the zombie just stops smacking him around, and I'm not sure why that is. So in order for you to convert this guy, you've got to press the button multiple times, which is why I just decided to swap it out for a lever, because that is just so much easier. But that is the converter system right there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over and we're going to work on the actual curing station. And like I said, this setup right here, this can convert nine whole villagers, 9 whole zombie villagers at once. So to begin, starting from right here, we're going to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks long, then counting back 5 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the backside of the 5th block, we're going to place down a dispenser, and then we're going to fill this whole area in like so with our solid blocks. From here, we are going to place a button on the block that is in front of the dispenser. We are going to take all of our splash potions. We are going to fill this dispenser. And then starting from right here where this first powered rail is, we're going to place down a regular rail with 2 powered rails. And behind this powered rail, we are going to run 4 solid blocks with another one beside it. And then we need to configure 4 powered rails like this, wrap this one around, wrap another one down it on an angle, And then we need to turn this powered rail and this powered rail just like that. So that is what you want your rail system to look like. And then with that complete, on these 3 solid blocks, we are going to place down 3 levers with another one here and another one on the ground. We are going to power this one. And that is what the whole thing should look like. At the end here, you kind of just want to place down a solid block so that way the zombies don't push out any farther than they need to. We are now going to power all of this here. And this system is very similar to the other one that we did the other day. What we are going to do is we are going to fill this row up with 3 zombie villagers, and then we're going to depower those 2 rails. Then we are going to fill this row up with 4 villagers, and then we are going to depower that rail. Once that is complete, we are just going to place 1 more villager on that rail, depower it, and then shuffle our final villager in place to fit 9 villagers in this area. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So first, we need to send off our villager. We are going to zombify him. And then we are going to send him off, and we're going to do that 2 more times for that rail system on the end. Once we have 3 villagers in place, like I said, we are going to depower this rail, so that way those guys stop moving around. We're going to depower this rail, so that way no villagers go back over that direction. And then we're going to get 4 more on that middle section. So here goes 1, 2, 3, and that makes 4 right there in that one section. Now, once we have the 4 guys there, we are just going to depower that rail and then get 1 villager here, depower this rail, and then put another one in place. So there's 1. Now we're going to depower it. And just like that, we now have 9 zombie villagers just chilling and just waiting for us to smack them around with some golden apples. So now, to cure all of these guys, all we need to do is we just need to press this button. Every single villager here is going to get hit with the splash potion. With the splash potion, and then we just need to go around and we need to hit all of these guys with a golden apple. Now, this takes a total of 5 minutes in order for these guys to actually cure. But what you need to do is you need to make sure that you are standing here with the villagers while they do cure, because if you don't, these guys are going to aggro all of the villagers when they come to life and just turn them back into zombies, which is not what we want because that's actually kind of pointless and useless. But if you don't want to stand here, what you can do is you can just remove this 1 powered rail. We can turn all of these rails to kind of come out and in front of where these zombies are, and then we're going to place a villager right there on that rail in a minecart. Now, once that villager is in place, all of the zombies are basically just going to aggro to him anyways. And then we can basically be out and be around and doing whatever we want to do with this farm. And we don't have to worry about those guys kind of smacking each other around when they convert back into villagers, because all of the zombies are going to try and aggro to this guy anyways. And I mean, that is literally how simple it is. Okay, that wasn't quite 5 minutes, but these guys have already started to convert. And you can see that not a single one of them is getting smacked around by the zombies that are literally in front of them. And just like that, after just a couple of minutes, we now have 9 cured zombie villagers. And each of these villagers is going to give us now some discounted trades. And then after this, it is completely up to you what you want to do with these guys and where you want to put them. All you need to do is basically just run your rail system from here, kind of like what I have here, out to wherever you want to go. You can then remove this block, place down a powered rail, and then you can shuffle these guys wherever you want. All you have to do is just repower all of these rails. Give these guys all a little bit of a shuffle. And just like that, we've got discounted food, discounted weapons, and, well, basically discounted whatever else you want. But that is the entire system right there, and it is as simple as just pressing a button. Oh. As simple as pressing a button, flipping a lever, and then shuffling these guys into position. Now, for some upgrades, if you would like to, all you gotta do is just run a couple of hoppers going into that dispenser with a chest on top of it, and that is going to allow you to put more minecarts into that system so that way you don't run out as fast. As well as jumping up here, you can place 2 or 1 hopper going into that dispenser with a barrel on top, and then that is going to allow you to put more potions of weakness in it. But that is how simple it is to build. You got yourself a converter. You got yourself a curing station. You can do 9 villagers at once, which is absolutely insane. Now, your world download will be in the description. Just give me a few minutes to put it up. But that is how you build a no slime, no sticky piston zombie villager converter. This might, this one might actually be my favorite one. I love the other one so much, but honestly, this one is just fantastic. It literally doesn't get any easier than that. But that's it. World download will be in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I love all you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.